Hey, what's going on, guys? Gil here again. I'm back for another shave, and today we're going to be shaving with, I just pulled it out. I wasn't going to shave on camera, but I said, hey, let me just pull out the camera, and I'm going to be throwing Perber Shop on. So it's finally cooling down here in New York, so before it cools down completely where I won't want to use anything that's lightly mentholated, let me use this one more time. So as you can see, that's probably more than enough than I need. And today, the brush of choice. Let me just start off by saying, this company sent me this brush. They contacted me by email and they said, hey Gil, we like your channel, we like what you do, we want you to showcase some of our products, let us know what you think. So they sent me two things. I'll showcase the other product another day. But the first one is this green acrylic Finest Badger brush. So this here is from EShave. It's a company that started back in 1996 in New York by a young lady named Danielle. Her and her husband, I think they were in the shaving industry and men's grooming over in England. And they came over to America and they wanted to start their own company, and that's what they did. So let me start out by saying I've used this brush now for about a month, and I told them I'm going to be very honest. I'm always very honest with everything I put on my channel. And like I said, I did not buy this brush. They sent it to me. 99% of the stuff I showcase on this channel, I buy with my own money. If I don't like it, I don't show it. If I like it, I show it. So it's a decent brush. I like it. The one thing I do have to say, I mean, let's start with the positives. It's a beautiful brush. It fits nicely in the hand. It's a great color. My boy Leo loves it. Green is his favorite color. For you guys that like Finest, I know some of you guys like Finest. Some of you guys like Silver Tip, 2 bands. I myself, I am a synthetic guy. I prefer my tuxedos, my Timberwolf, my Plaisant. But if I do use Badger, I kind of prefer the silver tip. Just a little more soft. But like I said, I've been using this for now about 4 weeks. And when I first got it, I think just like with any Badger, I had to break it in. I wouldn't say it's quite gel or gel tips, but it is getting there. It's nice and soft. I lost probably about a dozen hairs when I first got it to break in, but now I haven't lost anything. Watch me lose a hair today because I'm on camera. But the one thing I do have to say is, and this is from my experience, because I tried Badger before, and I kind of like left them up on my shelves. I use them every once in a while, but I do prefer the synthetics. But one thing I do have to say is, in my experience, not anyone else's, my experience, I find that Badger brushes work better for me with more of a cream or a crope. That's why I use the West Coast Shaving Perber Shop. It's very, very sort of like a cream soap crope. It just works better for me. I find like the lather lasts longer and it's more voluminous. And for my second pass, it doesn't dissipate as much as with the first pass with a Badger brush. If I use synthetic, I don't have a problem. But for Badger, I find when I use a harder soap or even a tallow-based soap, I don't know why, tallow and hard soaps don't work good for me in Badger. It prefers more of a natural or a vegan base and the cream when I use Badger. So this is why I'm using Chris's base. Chris from Katie's Bubbles, if you don't know. He's the one that made the base for this Perber Shop. And out of all the soaps I have, That's probably the best base for me, paired along with a Badger brush. So that's why I'm using it. The other thing that they sent me was one of their shave creams, and I'll talk about that probably on my next video. But let me tell you, man, let me talk to you about this brush here a little bit and the brush industry in general, because I think it has a lot to do with each other. Oh, and I'm using my Merkur 34C with Persona Lab Blue. But the brush industry is a tough industry, guys. I don't know if I will ever get in it. No, let me rephrase that. I know I will never get in it. I've contemplated getting the lay and kind of like messing around for fun. Pick up another hobby, right? But to sell brushes? There are some talented people out there. And you can get a great brush made for $50 or $200-$300. And let me tell you, the quality isn't going to change much from a $50 brush to a $200 brush. Why do I mention that? Because you have to know who you pick. This brush here, EShave, this is a $60 brush. And it's a good brush. I'm not going to lie. It's a good brush. It does its job. But some people may not see the value in that $60. It's a little generic. I know guys in the industry, especially guys that are in the hobby, at least for myself, I can speak. I like brushes that are a little more unique. Yeah, I may like a brush that somebody else has and get something similar or get the same thing. But there's just something about a handmade. And look, guys, this is what I'm talking about. It's dissipating. There's something about a handmade brush that's just made for you that you know no one else isn't going to have. Or if they are going to have, it's because it was inspired by the vision you have and the artisan that made it. And the directions kind of that you gave him for making it. You know, that for me is a little more special. I'll pay a little bit more for that. That being said, this brush works, man. It works great. I think I've said this on my channel before. I've yet to have a brush or a soap. I mean, I've had razor blades that didn't work well and I chucked, but that's a whole nother story. But when it comes to razors and soaps, and brushes, they all work, guys. These guys that come on these videos and badmouth companies, I don't get it. If it doesn't work for you, pass it on to the next guy. That's what I do. And like I said, I know we have preferences. I prefer synthetic. But as you can see, I have 3 Badgers, 4 with the EShave, and the rest of my stuff is synthetic. So I always like to switch it up. I tried boar. Really didn't like the boar. What did I do? Sold them, gave them away. Not that they're bad. Just wasn't for me. So, in conclusion, guys, if you guys are looking for a decent, nicely styled Badger, finest Badger brush, check out EShave. I'll put their link down below. If you want something more unique, something that's artisan made, that's one of a kind. You know, that's where you have your artisans come into place. But I had a good shave, and like I said, for Badger I prefer the cream. That's why I use Chris from Katie's Bubbles base on the Perber Shop, which is a great nice soap. Just a little menthol, it doesn't bother me at all. What should I pair that with? Let's just go opposite today. Sterling. Sharp Dressed Man. I wasn't planning this, so it's a good brush, guys. Check it out. They have some soaps. They have some brushes. They have a couple of different products. So if you're interested, check them out. Something I'll probably have in the den for a while. Whew. Smell great, guys. Feel great. Shave. Off to run some errands. So I'll do the cream soon. I know I've been off for a while, but just focusing on other things right now. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll see you guys on the next shave.